talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that part of it wasn't due to my own personal biases and overly high expectations, as anyone who's spoken to me for more than 5 minutes would know. I freaking love Roy.
Sign me the fuck! Good shit! Good shit! That's some good shit right there, right there! If I do say so myself, I say so! That's what I'm talking about right there! Right there! Right there! Oh.
Here's the problem. You obviously have perfect lips, which is totally fine if the rest of you is a little bit up. But the rest of you isn't. The rest of you is also perfect. That's not fair. Look at his eyes. Perfect eyes. My heart melts when I look at it. Like, are you kidding? Is this a joke? Photoshop? It's so... It makes me angry. Point out a flaw on this man's face. The reality is, you can't do it. It's impossible. Another perfect example of... I just want to vomit. I want to vomit. It's so upsetting. It's okay. I bet his ears aren't perfect. I bet they look stupid or something. Nope. His ears look great. Straightest jawline I've ever seen in my life. Perfect distance from his hairline to his eyebrow. What is going on?
Crap, he's hot. Please marry me.
You so precious when you smile.
And worst of all,
I'll follow you into hell if you want.
they've even taken my queen.
Y'all! But we all know the fire isn't the hottest thing in this scene. Am I right, ladies?
I love how cold and focused your eyes are.
Don't even get me started on this scene. The way he looks at her, gosh dang it, Roy, stop ruining my expectations for men! Roy is fierce, he's intelligent, he's decisive, he walks into rooms like God sent him.
I seared the wound closed. I came close to passing out from the pain.
I mean, I've mentioned it numerous times in this video, but just let it sink in for a moment. He seared his own wound shut! As well as the fact that Roy actually holds himself accountable for his mistakes in regards to Riza, which is something you rarely get out of the men in your own life. Crap, she's right. Travis Willingham's delivery of "I can't afford to lose you" just played in my head again. After seeing all of these criticisms, it's understandable to wonder if Roy even deserves to become Führer. Yes, his goals are noble, but why should he, with all of the blood on his hands, be the one to achieve them? And I admit to a bit of a bias in this answer, as Roy is my favorite character, but I think that anyone who loves this show knows that Roy proved over and over exactly why he deserves to become Führer. This is the man who crawled back from the brink of death with a transmutation circle carved into his hand to protect his subordinates. This is the man who had the strategic brilliance needed to help an innocent woman escape unfair incarceration at the expense of his own reputation. This is the man who, at his darkest moment, was able to humble himself and admit his own moral failings thanks to the integrity and courage of the woman he values more than life itself, the very reason he's able to strive for redemption in the first place. This is the man who, with what little strength he has, will do everything in his power to protect the people he loves. And in turn, they'll protect the ones they love. It's the least we tiny humans can do for each other. Even at his absolute lowest, he is willing to endure more pain than most of us can even imagine in order to do what he has dedicated his whole life to doing, protecting people. And it was at the end of this scene, as Roy was on the brink of passing out from blood loss but remained concerned solely with Riza's safety, that I, who had previously been quite skeptical of the man who would go on to become my favorite character of all time, finally realized that there was no one who could possibly be more worthy of becoming Führer. Most of the reactions around this scene tend to center purely around its badassery and how it's the definitive example of how powerful Roy is. And though that's definitely true, I think those comments largely tend to miss the point of this scene. Because while "you do not mess with Roy Mustang" is certainly a big takeaway from this scene, I think the even bigger one should be, you do not mess with Roy Mustang because he cares. And this is why, in spite of his many flaws, I wish I could be more like Roy. He's my hero. And I think that's how a lot of people felt after watching this scene, and why it continues to resonate with fans of the show so strongly. Because flame alchemy was never the greatest weapon in Roy's arsenal. It was always his heart.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.